Washington Journal continues.
California Democrat Karen Bass is a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. She joins us at our desk. Congresswoman, first, just your reaction to yesterday's summit with President Putin and President Trump.
Well, I was watching it live, and I was shocked, as I think many people were around the world. It made me feel saddened, and it made me feel embarrassed to see our president on the world stage standing next to the man who was responsible for attacking our democracy, and for essentially to see him wilt on the world stage was definitely a moment in history that I will always remember.
Shocked. What was a moment that shocked you?
Well, actually, it was shocking from beginning to the end, but when he was directly asked by reporters whether or not he would confront Putin, whether or not he would acknowledge the fact that the Russians attacked our democracy, and he essentially held the United States as equal responsibility. The thing that made me sad is the fact that he sees things strictly through his lens. He talks about America first. Yesterday, what we saw on the world stage was Trump first. And the fact that when he was asked questions about the election, he basically only referenced his campaign, the fact that he won, Hillary's emails. That was not even the issue. The indictments that were just given a few days before, two Russians who were directly involved, that went through exactly how they were involved, and he made no acknowledgement of that at all. The world is watching that. And I think that for all of us, it was an embarrassment. It was a sad day in U.S. history.
This was one of the moments that concerned even Republicans, and that they focused a lot of their criticism on the president being asked whether he believed his own intelligence communities or President Putin when it came to 2016 election interference. Here's the president's response.
All I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be, but I really do want to see the server. But I have confidence in both parties. I really believe that this will probably go on for a while, but I don't think it can go on without finding out what happened to the server. What happened to the servers of the Pakistani gentleman that worked on the DNC? Where are those servers? They're missing. Where are they? What happened to Hillary Clinton's emails? 33,000 emails gone, just gone. I think in Russia they wouldn't be gone so easily. I think it's a disgrace that we can't get Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails. So I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today. And what he did is an incredible offer. He offered to have the people working on the case come and work with their investigators with respect to the 12 people. I think that's an incredible offer. Okay?
Congresswoman, focus on that last part for a second.
The offer that he said Putin made, which is you could bring your FBI over and they can, check it out, but we want to come over and check you out. This is the man who attacked our election process. And he is just essentially, he thinks that's a good offer? This is the president that's the deal maker? I mean, I think that that was one of the most embarrassing moments. And I think it probably took everything out of Putin not to sit up there on that stage and laugh. He essentially agreed that that was okay for the KGB, the former KGB agent, to send his agents over here to examine us when we were the ones that were attacked.
The New York Times, in their wrap-up of congressional reaction, is focused on Republicans, tracking over 30 Republicans who have either denounced the president's comments or expressed some concern without mentioning the president by name. What do you expect from Republicans in Congress today and in the coming days?
Well, I have to say, sadly, I don't expect a lot. What they should do, though, is they should absolutely denounce that. And also, I want to know the translators that were in the room. I mean, why did he have a meeting alone with Putin to begin with? And 2.5 hours with Putin? What went on there? No one even knows. No one knows how he has been compromised, but I do think after you heard the AP reporter and the other reporters, everybody walked away from that and said, what does this man have on our president?
Congresswoman Karen Bass with us for about the next 20 minutes this morning, asking you to join the conversation with your questions and comments. 202-748-8000 for Democrats, Republicans, 202-748-8001, Independents, 202-748-8002. I want to focus on that 2 hours behind closed doors with Vladimir Putin. The president has thought of himself as a great deal maker. Do you think he was tougher in any way behind closed doors?
No, I don't think he was at all. You know, as a matter of fact, when the press conference opened and President Putin began, he gave a very detailed report of their discussion. He had notes. He was reading from notes. Unfortunately, Trump just talked off the top of his head like he typically does. One of the things that Putin said, though, that I thought was interesting because it wasn't really picked up, he actually criticized Trump for pulling out of the Iran deal, and that wasn't really mentioned. And I think that Trump probably missed it because, again, he just talked off the top of his head. But I thought it was very interesting and sad.
One other thing the president brought up was Peter Strzok as part of his discussion, his concerns about the Mueller campaign. You were part of that hearing,
yes,
and you were able to question Peter Strzok. How did you find him? What did you find out from him?
I found him to be defiant. I found him to be very responsive in terms of the Republicans because they were ridiculous in their questioning of him. And so the fact that the president said in this press conference, "Did you see that hearing?" He was watching it. You know, I mean, of all the things to be doing, that's what the president is doing. But again, I think what he showed the world is that it's Trump first. It's not America first. And that was very, very clear by the press conference. He didn't even defend our country.
Congresswoman Karen Bass, taking your questions.